you guys? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Hey.
Okay, I'm turning my camera off because my husband just came home with food and I don't want to eat on camera.
Oh, come on. We can all be like, what are you having? Awesome. Well, we'll wait a few more minutes till people come in. Does anybody have any like housekeeping stuff that needs to be done? Any questions or anything that's gone on in this last week that you want to talk about?
I have one thing. I've been getting a lot of people asking when I'm going to do this Facebook group training, so the webinar. So I'm saying I got to set up a time with you, so we have to set up a time to do that.
Sure. I mean, next week is pretty wide open. I don't have anything booked for next week, so why don't we set up like maybe probably a Tuesday evening would probably be good for everybody, maybe, because tonight let's do that.
Yeah. Dance is over now, and I don't go to ball practices, so I'm down to 2 days a week.
Yay!
I can't be here. I know, it's wonderful. So I'm free on Tuesday now.
Awesome. Okay, I have to do the Organoblitz call is the only thing. So do you want to do it after the Shift Up presentation?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
Which would be what? 7:30 my time. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We could even try it for like 8 because then I can make phone calls till 8.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do that. Yeah, because sometimes it goes like an extra 15 minutes, and that'll give me 15 minutes to give the kids something to do for another half an hour.
Okay, so I'm going to mark that down. Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Perfect. Yeah, me too.
What was this for?
The Facebook group training that Amy's going to do.
Okay.
So last time I forgot to get you a double buddy chicken.
Okay.
I got you double chubby chicken.
Okay. Awesome. How about anybody else? Does anybody need anything that they want to talk or have anything that they want to talk about before we get into the training? Sorry about the time thing tonight, guys. I posted that, and then I shared it to my Facebook page because I figured with vision training it can get people interested in our team, right? And this girl is like, or it's Rachel. She's like, we have an appointment because we have an appointment every Wednesday at 7:15 my time. And she's like, does that mean that we're not having our meeting? And I'm like, oh shoot, I totally screwed up the time. Hello. Hi. Hi. What a cutie. Oh, now mine are screaming. Just 1 second. I want to make sure they're not fighting before I start here. Hang on.
Where'd he go? Was she one? Where'd he go?
He's grumpy.
Hey, Pippa. Why he's not telling me? Hold on.
Okay, awesome. So we were just asking if anybody had any questions or had any housekeeping to do, if there was any concerns this week or anything, any questions. Hi, Coral.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Awesome, thank you. Good to have you here tonight. Okay, guys, well, if nobody has anything pressing, I think we're just going to get started with the training. So what I will do is just ask you guys each to mute out, and we'll get started.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh. Who was that? Who doesn't know how?
Coral.
Oh, okay. It's like, who's speaking? Okay, I'll mute you. Here we go. There we go. Hi, Dusty. Hi, Tina.
Hi there.
How are you guys?
Good.
I just had asked if anybody had any questions. Dusty, I love the way you hide. You are so cute. Just this little, like, just
peeking over.
I love it.
I'm tired.
That's okay. I was.
Me out.
I know. I didn't want to be on camera today either. I was just like, I am not in the mood. But But we were just asking if anybody had any questions or had any housekeeping or anything that you needed from this last week before we get started on the training. You make me laugh. Oh goodness. Anything, guys? Nothing? Are we ready? Are we ready to get into the vision?
I would like to be 20 years younger to keep up with you girls.
Oh, I'd like a good 10 or 15 years back too. It would be nice. That's so funny. You do amazing. You do way more than a lot of people do. You should give yourself credit because you're awesome. You've got awesome spunk. Okay, guys. Well, I am going to mute you guys out, and then I will start the screen share here. So, just 1 second. Now, I think this is what, I don't know. I think this is what I want to see. Now, oops, I don't know what's that. Now I'm sharing Skype. Here we go. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. I'm just going to unmute Amanda and see. Amanda, can you see my screen? Oh, I didn't unmute you. I can't unmute you. Okay, I'm going to unmute. Everybody's muted on their side. Okay. I don't know how to unmute anybody. Can you guys see? Can you give me a nod if you can see my screen? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go back up to the top here. Yeah, so tonight we're going to start with vision training. And this I just know is so important because this honestly changed pretty much everything about how I thought about this business and how I thought about my life. And it changed my entire thought patterns and made me realize how the top earners in this industry see things, how they talk, how they envision their life, and really the power of it. So what I did is I signed up for my first course back in, well, what would that have been? 2013. And the very first, like the first two major trainings, which were like 2 to 3 hours each, were on vision. Like he just made it very clear that if you cannot see a vision for your life, you're not going to be able to do this because you have nothing pulling you. And at first I thought it was really kind of hokey, and I was like, well, I don't really get it. Like, why do I have to start picturing what my cabinets are going to look like in my house? But once you started to listen to it, and once you actually did the exercises that he asked us to do, you realized how powerful creating a vision is. And so I know we've talked about this, like Doug has trained on this, I've trained on this before in short trainings, but this is going to be more about creating that powerful vision, that huge vision that is going to literally transform the way that you look at your life from now until, you know, the next 15 years and beyond of what you're going to be able to create. So in order to get where you want to go, you really need to be able to see it. So many of us are like, oh, I want to get out of my full-time job, or I want to be home with my kids, or I want to be out of debt. But a lot of times if you actually talk to people that say that, or it might even be us now, where if you say those things, do you actually ever picture the other side of that? Like, what is that going to feel like when you've actually done it? So I suggest writing down the reasons why. You start off with your why. A vision and a why are different, but your whys are what start to create your vision. So if you have things that you want to do, if you want to pay off debt, or if you want to start traveling more, or if you want to be able to help a parent out or something like that, write that down. But then underneath that, actually write out what that feels like and what that looks like. And so if you pay off all your debt, great. You have zero debt. Awesome. So now that you have zero debt, you don't have to make those payments anymore. What do your accounts look like? What do you do with the extra money? What does your savings account look like? What size would it be in 12 months if you could do that? So it's really thinking beyond just saying the words that you want something, but actually looking at what that is like, picturing it, and drawing that movie out in your mind so that you know exactly what that is. And the other, just 1 second, guys. I'm just going to do one thing. Hang on. Sorry, just a 4-year-old or 3-year-old emergency. He's almost 4. Anyways, so one thing that you don't want to do is a lot of us in the beginning, especially, is you tend to latch on to somebody else's vision. If you join your sponsor, if you join the company because, you know, our team said we're going places and you just thought, oh, that's awesome, I just want to be part of something, you don't want to just latch onto that. Create a vision for yourself and start to think that even though we're such an amazing team, and even as a whole, the entire Shift Up team plus Team Elevate, we are an amazing team, but start to think of things as when you have your own team that you're going to be training and what that's going to look like and feel like. And when you have this, you know, massive organization where you're the leader of it and you're like, okay, you're putting together the trainings, you're checking in on people, you're having those three-way conversations, picturing that for yourself. So starting to create that vision for yourself and your downline. Your vision does not need to be anything like mine. It doesn't need to be anything like the person who signed you up. It can be your own separate vision that is totally unique to you. I know that we were all put here on this earth for different reasons, and that we all have our own powerful vision and destiny for our life. Just 1 second. Okay? Enough. The other important thing is when we talk about talking to prospects is you want to be able to share your story. You want to be able to say to them, you know, this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm creating. The reason I'm doing this is this and this and this. And for me, it started off when I was first starting out that I was saying, you know, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to be home with my kids. I don't want to drop them off at daycare ever. Like, that's just not in me, so I have to figure out a way to be home. And then it went from that to being, well, you know what, now I just want to show a ton of other people how they can do that too. My passion is moms, right? So that's part of my vision, is that I have a team of a certain number of moms that have been able to stay home and have been able to create that life for themselves because of what I've done to help them. And so that's become part of my vision. So just make sure that you know where you're going and you share that with people. And have confidence in your vision. As we go through the steps here of creating a powerful vision, make sure that you are confident in it, that you know, just believe that. It's just like I heard the other day. A farmer plants seeds in soil, and he just, like, we're saying with that. So if you plant something in the soil, you know it's going to grow. You don't think about it. You don't think, oh, well, maybe if I do something wrong, it's not gonna grow. When you're planting that seed, your intention in yourself, the energy that you're putting into planting that, is that you know that that seed is going to grow. And that's what doing this vision is. So have confidence in knowing that creating a vision for your life is not hokey. It's the same thing as planting a seed for the rest of your life. You're literally tonight going to be planting a seed, writing down on paper, putting into your life exactly how you want it to come out, and just have absolute confidence in the fact that that's going to happen. And then just decide that there's no other option. That what you put on that paper tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever you're going to do the homework, but just know that no matter what, it's kind of like that NOPO. For those of you who are in PCI, I think pretty much all of us are in PCI here, but like there's no other outcome possible, right? There are no other possible outcome. So just know for sure, 100% for sure, that when you create that vision, that there's nothing else that's going to happen. So go crazy with it. Go as big as you want and write out as many things as you want to have happen in your life, like just the most amazing, joyful things, the things that give you the most happiness. Write those down and make them part of your vision, and just know that you can have it. So we're going to move on to the next slide here. Oops, I should have been using these, sorry. Create a vision for your life and for your team. So when you're sharing your vision with people and they're signing up with your team, have it be a vision, like have everybody know where you're going. And we know that as a team, like we have our 1,000 families by the end of 2017 that are going to be earning 6-figure incomes. And we know that we're going to be impacting 1 million families with their health. So those are kind of things that you want to have. So as your team grows and as you start to have conversations and huddles with your group, make sure that you all have a common vision that you're going for. And for now, as we're building at this level, I mean, there's only like 300 of us on the team, or I think there's almost 400 now, but just, you know, we're still small enough where we can all have that same vision, but as it grows and it gets into the thousands, just make sure to train your people to know to have a vision for their team. And as you're writing out your vision, and just like I said, what makes you super happy, what gives you goosebumps? You know those times when you think about something, like when I think about my perfect life, and I was doing this today because I was like to work through it before, but when you stop and you think about what you really want, and you know when you get those chills, like you know when it's like so awesome and you picture it's just like, could that actually happen, and it gives you goosebumps, those are the things that you want to write down. So a lot of times when we're writing out our vision, especially the first time, and I know the first time I did this exercise, I kept it small, right? I was like, oh, you know, I don't want to go too crazy because that sounds like it's impossible almost, so I'm just going to write it down small. No, go for the goosebumps. Go for the things that make you just like, oh my gosh, if that happened, it would be the absolute most amazing life possible. And write those things down in your vision. Oh, let me have that. I've kind of gone off track today. Okay, we're going to talk about goals versus vision. So it's great to have goals. Absolutely great. And we talk about that in our trainings with the team, right? You want to have goals. You want to know where you're headed. You want to have that goal for gold or that goal for platinum or that goal for a certain amount of people on your team. And you want to have income goals as well. But the vision attached to those goals is, again, that emotion that's attached to it. So what do accomplishing those things do for you? So when you are at platinum and you're earning 100% check matches on your personals, what is that doing for you? How, you know, what does that increase in income do for you and your family? What does that do for your confidence? How does that relieve you? How better do you sleep? Those kind of things. Are you able, like, one of my biggest things, I have a certain amount that I want to see in my savings account. Like, you know, not only just debt paid, but I want a certain amount in my savings account. And I know that when I see that amount in my savings account, it's just going to feel amazing, like that joy, right? And just knowing that you can give away as much as you want. That's kind of another thing that I want to be able to give wherever possible. And so it's those things that literally when you talk about them, as you're writing them down, you feel that energy that's kind of stirring inside of you. That's what you want to be focusing on. So, or if you want to make $10,000 a month, what does that feel like? You know, that's a lot of money. That's $120,000 US a month or a year. So what is that actually going to do for you? You know, do you actually think to what that kind of an income actually means for your finances? And what I did is I sat down and I wrote out $10,000 a month on a piece of paper, and then I wrote out all, because I've had a $10,000 a month goal for a very long time. I've never sat down and actually worked out what that means. And so I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then I wrote down all of my expenses, everything, you know, down to groceries, clothes, whatever it is that you can think of. I wrote down everything possible that I would be spending money on. And I looked at what was left over, and I was like, wow, $10,000 a month is a lot of money. There was a lot left over, and that made me excited. So it's one thing to say, you know, I want to make $10,000 a month. It's another thing to know what that actually means for your finances, what kind of a relief that actually is. And, you know, you want to make sure that you keep those things in your mind. So as you are writing out this vision, you want to know exactly what it is and feel that constantly. So have it close to you as well. And then you got to talk about who you, and I don't know if I have a slide for this, yeah, who will you be? So when you have achieved these things, who do you become as a person? I know that as we all grow in this success and grow in this team, every single person is going to be a different person 2 years from now than you are today. You're going to be a different person 6 months from now. You're going to be a different person 12 months from now. You're going to be a different person when you achieve your vision, when that is coming to fruition for you. And so write out, as you're writing that vision for your life and what you want to create, who will you be? You need to understand that because you need to know what type of person you're going to become. And I think for myself it meant that I was not only going to be more confident in what I have to offer, because we know that when you're having success, you share it a lot more easy, right? And I would be a bigger giver. I'd probably be more patient, right? Could you guys just make sure to mute if you don't mind?
Oh, Angel, I don't know if anyone else, but you're very, very choppy. Does everyone else have that problem?
Yes.
Okay, because really, like, I'm trying so hard to focus on what you're saying, and it's like...
No way, really?
Yeah, really, really choppy.
Okay, let me do something here. Just a sec, guys.
Okay.
Is this better at all?
No.
Still not better. Really? Okay, let me take the microphone out. Oh, I can see you guys talking in the chat now.
I can hear everybody else clear when they talk.
Oh yeah, you're clear, Tina.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll help, Angel, but you can adjust the bandwidth settings on the that little symbol
You're a
right
little bit
next to the
choppy,
camera.
All right, is it working any better? Dusty's giving a thumbs up. I can't hear you, Angel. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay. Oh, Angel can hear me.
I
What the
can hear
heck?
Amy.
Yeah, I can hear you, Dusty.
Okay, good. Where's Angel?
No one can hear you. We need to hear you.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Dusty.
You guys are cute.
We see you. Ah! Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can see you.
We can see you now.
No voice.
Read lips.
Dusty, I am so loving your group idea, like with the contest thing.
Uh-huh.
That's brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really smart idea.
Desperate people do desperate things.
Everyone wants to win something. It's perfect.
What? You get your baseball stuff together and get it on.
How's it going for you, Dusty? Is it bringing lots of people to your group?
Yes, it is.
That's good.
Now to get them to join.
Yeah. Now, well, the first step, right? First step.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah. Tina's getting really good results with that too. I just posted it today. I want to see how it works for me.
Good. It will work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's just such a good idea.
Thank you. That's what happens when you take a lavender bath.
Nice. Very good. Cool. Just killing time for Angel while she figures this out. Is she still on?
I see her picture.
Yeah, I see her picture. Angel, can you still hear us? Oh yeah, she's still here. Cool. I don't know anything about Google Hangouts. I have really nothing to offer.
Me either.
We can chat while she's figuring it out.
Well, do we have to learn how to do all this stuff as our team grows?
If you want to do Google Hangouts.
Or can we hang out here forever?
We can hang out here forever. It'll just be a full page of Google Hangout people, I think. I don't know. I don't know how Google Hangouts work. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can just keep plugging in to Angel and myself and Amanda and whoever. So I'm kind of excited.
Maybe we can mention the ideas.
Yeah.
We can mention the ideas that we were chatting on the phone.
Sure, yeah. And I did also want to say I'm excited about Angel's contest. Like the $50 for the person who enrolls the next 2 executives. So I love contests. Which ideas were you thinking, Tina? Which ones? We did
the
some
kid contest.
The which?
Cutest kid contest.
Oh,
the cutest kid contest.
Yeah, so that's another way to bring people to your group. You can do the cutest kid contest. So basically, you tell people, you pick a day for them that they have to have their baby pictures in by. You can say kids